Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook, case number 16 of Inner City in Pacific Bay. And we need to go on to chapter number 2 because we need to figure out what happened to Hannah. This is no bueno. Commissioner Ace, your investigation will have to wait. We've got a new priority. Hannah has taken all of her equipment and left the station. Oh dear, why would she do that? Has she quit the police because her girlfriend is a suspect? Yeah, you're right, Ace. Maybe she's going to solve the case herself. She was really angry to hear Heather was going to be interrogated. Actually, my worry is that Hannah might have taken it upon herself to do something about inner chaos. I know she was taking Frito's return personally. Commissioner Ace, I'm officially asking you to put your investigation on standby. Go to the Inner City headquarters and try and find what Hannah is up to. Interesting. Very interesting. So now they want me to go to the Inner City Chaos's headquarters. Interesting. I still think Mark McKenzie's on Inner City headquarters and they tell him when they need certain body parts. Let me see. Angry badge, duct tape, torn picture. That looks important, but it's not. That is important. And a check. You talking like a real check or a check? Talking about a real check. Here we go. Well, luckily, guys, I have the great opportunity to have enough stars for this. Well, Hannah isn't here. Actually, nobody is. Kind of glad about it, Ace. This place kind of creeps me out. But as always, you've kept your cool and found some clues, like this check for $1,000 from Frito Marconi, the leader of Inner Chaos. $1,000 is a hefty sum of money. Who could he write such a check to, Ace? The recipient is illegible, but I'm sure you'll be able to decipher it. As for that torn photograph, whoever tore it up is hiding something. But they haven't counted on your skills. And oh my goodness, did you find something at Hannah's? The symbol from her necklace is drawn on that notebook. This notebook could tell us where Hannah's gone, but she tore up the last page off. I'll get the dusting kit. Oh, snap. Okay, this check's going to give us a really good clue on who they're paying it off to. G63. There we go. What you've deciphered on Frito's check isn't a name, but a number. So we still don't know who the check was for. And with Hannah gone, I really hope someone back at the station will be able to figure out who the number refers to. Why don't we just go back to Grimsboro? Oh, wow. Okay. 9 hours, not bad, but alright, Russell, you can try and figure it out. Yeah, you've managed to retrieve what Hannah wrote on her notebook, Ace. And look what she wrote. Heather is innocent. Hannah did leave because Heather is a suspect. What else did she write? New lead, pasta restaurant, Little Italy. Looks like she's trying to catch the killer, too. I agree, Ace. Time to go back to Little Italy. Oh, snap. Alright, so what's this all about? The photo he found is from a protest, and the Klein in the middle clearly says smash the media. Whoever's holding it clearly hates newspapers. Someone who hates the media this much would have a pretty solid reason to hurt the biggest media man in town. You're right, let's go to this lab and see if anyone can figure out who's the man on the picture. Yeah, because I don't really recognize him. Well, there goes my 15-hour one. Let's see what else we can find here. Oh, cool hair. easily Mona Lisa, Italy map, sketchpad, torn card. Is there blood on it? No. Cookbook. Dang, so many clues, man. Red carpet. Oops. Didn't select it right. Wow. 3 clues? Dang. Ace, you really outdid yourself finding all these clues. This sketchpad you found, and you're right, the drawings look exactly like our murder scene. Which means the sketchbook pad belongs to Vito's killer. It's covered in brown stains. Do you think you could collect a sample of it? What about this cute card? It's so sad to see it all torn up, but I'm sure you'll piece it back together in a flash. Holy moly, that cookbook you found was written by Eddie Marcotti. Times really must be tough for the ex-mafia boss. What does the faded note say on the front, Ace? Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Let's look at these notes. I told you Aisha had the hots for him. The card you restored was a love message. Vito, every minute we are apart, I die a little. Why won't you call? Love your little Aisha. Aisha was in love with Vito Peyote? Who would have guessed she had a heart? Peony. Sorry, Ace, it's a dreadful thing to say, but you're right. We need to go talk to Aisha again. Dude, you knew that, right? When she was saying that he was a wonderful man. She never mentions that to anyone. Oh, snap. So Moretti wrote a note to Vito on his cookbook. Look what you've reduced me to. Wow, he sounds pretty angry. You're so clever, Ace. If Moretti has written a cookbook on Italian recipes, he must eat lasagna. I'll add this to his profile. And you're right, now we've got another reason to go chat with him. Seems Moretti and Vito weren't so friendly anymore. I know it's not Moriarty, but I always think of Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes. So much to do, man. So little time. Badunch. I love it. There we go. Well, great job at collecting the dark liquid from the killer's sketchpad, Ace. I'll get it to Jan straight away. Cool. Wow, so we got all of these things like right at the same time. I like it. I like it. 6 hours. Gotcha. What's up, lover? Aisha, Commissioner Ace found the card you sent to Vito Peony, and alright, I admit it, I was in love with Vito Peony. Big bad Aisha was in love. Aisha, please calm down, we just want to ask some questions. Well, it started out as a casual thing. Vito approached me about the immigration problem. He wanted to do a series of interviews with me. He was so great, you know, and it was nice not to be tough for once. I invited him to dinner, made him lasagna. Then we were supposed to go away on vacation. I waited at the station for hours under the clock, but Vito never showed up. I drove my scooter to his house, and there, he told me he didn't love me. They didn't even care about immigration, that it was all just to sell papers. Wow, I'm really sorry, Miss Ben Malik. Don't be. Now that he's dead, I don't have to remember the bad times. Okay, that pissed me off, and she's a woman, so you never piss off a woman. Life lesson. Commissioner Ace, I see you've read my book. Do you like it? Well, Commissioner Ace was more interested in the note on the front of the book, Mr. Moretti. What had Peony done to you? Done? You asked me what he's done? Everything. He's taken food from my mouth, the shirt off my back, the blood from my veins. Well, goodness, that's a little melodramatic, don't you think? I have to drive a scooter. Me, who used to have a limousine. You think I like writing cookbooks? I had to sell my mother's recipes because Vito stole my life. He knew all of my associates and he sold them to your police force. He's the reason the Italian mafia is no more. And why? So he could have more power by making friends with the police. I have waited many years for him to die. He betrayed his friends and now the past has caught up with him. Yeah, I don't think it's him. I really don't. I really think it could be Malik for sure. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wait for this stuff to get through. See you guys all in a little bit. Pitching Ace 88. Arrivederci. Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back. Playing Criminal Case on Facebook, Inner City of Pacific Bay, case number 16, going on to chapter number 2. I'd like to give a shout out to Brave Men, Miss Mizu, Kimberly Rengzik, and Mr. Epic Man 77. I'd like to thank you guys all for commenting and liking down below. We got over 100 comments, which is pretty impressive. But anyways, the dark liquid you collected from the killer's sketch pad was coffee, Ace. Well, that narrows it down. Everybody drinks coffee here. There are kindergartens in Little Italy who drink coffee. Yeah, except for me, so I'm obviously not the killer. Ah, well this isn't just any kind of coffee. It's espresso, the strongest kind there is. If the memory of their crime doesn't keep your killer up all night, then the espresso certainly does. So the killer drinks espresso. I'll add this to their profile, Ace. Well, it's the center around Little Italy. They basically drink that as coffee. Well, since Hannah so rudely left us, I've been asked to take care of analyzing that check number for you, Ace. Computers are fine for nerds like Hannah, but real crime experts need to use more sophisticated analysis. So I asked myself, who would Frito be writing a check to? Well, then I tried to determine which kind of person might use a number instead of a name. Then I called the bank and flirted with the cashier until she told me where the number corresponded to. But Ace, the number on the check corresponds to one of the bank accountants of Vito Pioni. Well, Ace is right. Hannah's job isn't so easy after all. But now we know Frito Mancini knew the victim. Let's go have a chat with him. Does not surprise me that guy's got his hands in things. Use this, speed this thing up. That's the last time I step into Hannah's shoes. Corpses don't have to be switched on and off a million times to give answers. Corpses are pretty much always off. Did you manage to find the person in the protest photograph? Well, first I had to find the right database. That took hours. Then I had to get the right password. Then the laptop's battery died, so I electrocuted myself. But I ran the picture through the records in the end, and I found the origin of this anti-media protest. It happened outside the Daily Dawn offices a few days ago. The guy holding the banner is Johnny Crossman. He's an old guard anarchist. So this Johnny definitely had something against our victim. We better go talk to him. I agree. Thanks, Roxy. He looks like he's too crazy to be the killer. I still think it might be Aisha. Could be Frito, actually. Well, good afternoon, brain-dead slaves of the fascist oligarchy. Can I offer you a slice of lasagna served with a side portion of what the heck do you want? Well, sir, if you can't be polite, at least be helpful. Why'd you write a check to Vito Pioni? Ha, that's why you're here? Well, that's just rent. Vito's our landlord. Vito Pioni owned Inner Chaos's headquarters? What would he rent his building to people like you? We have just as much a right to tenant as anyone else, just as much as a right to be employed by the bourgeoisie. I don't know how to pronounce that word right now. I really should, but I don't. Bourgeoisie? No. Bourgeoisie? Maybe. Anyways, $1,000 a month for this dump. Can you believe it? But Vito hated us being there. He kept trying to find a reason to kick us out. He had the traffic cops take away my scooter for parking outside. Ha, guess we don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, you could definitely be a guy. It's either him or Aisha, I'm pretty sure. I'm leaning more towards Aisha, but it could definitely be Frito. The people united will never be defeated. Mr. Crossman, we're investigating the murder of Vito Pioni. You've campaigned against the Daily Dawn recently. Did you have a grudge against him? I have a grudge against the whole lot of them. All media are evil, brutalizing and murdering our society. They should all be strung up. Wouldn't stringing them up be also kind of evil, brutal, and murderous? Well, it's freedom of speech. Anyway, Vito Pioni was just a drop in the ocean. Why would anyone want to kill him when there's the bigger fish to fry? All the media, the government, even the Pacific Bay Police Force, all need to go into a glorious revolution. Yeah, Mr. Crossman, maybe you should start the revolution with a strongly worded letter. I find it works best for most problems. Well, Ace, I'm stumped. All of our suspects despise the victim, except for Aisha, who loved him. Which is weird, because she's, well, Aisha. Then there's the anarchist Frito, came across as so mean he could have murdered Peony for a reduction in rent. Well, then Johnny looks like he would do anything for the revolution. There's also Mr. Morietti, the mafia boss who Peony betrayed. He sort of reminds me of my grandpa, except for the life of organized crime, that is. Okay, I seriously cannot take any more of the electronics today. Everything's gone haywire. The coffee machine just tried to kill me, and my radio keeps changing the country music stations. It's chaos. What are you talking about? Oh, my phone's beeping. Weird, my phone's telling me to call Amy, but I am Amy. What's going on here? Guys, you need to come over. Chief Marquez is gathering everyone together. She says someone has released a virus in the city's network. Oh, is this Hannah? Is this Hannah's doing? Guys, stay tuned, man. 175 likes. Please like it, man. This might be even 200 because, we need to figure out if this is Hannah, man. If she's destroying all of our stuff, not allowing us to solve this, that's going to be nuts. Anyways, guys, see you guys all later. This is Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.